sorry, you guys. I'm not gonna say good morning yet. You know why? Listen.
I like the way that you make me feel.
I'm talking to you, girl.
Slide your key in. Ooh, gives me chills.
You don't hear me though.
And with your engine trapped between my thighs, it's a power rush, a burning bush. You make me wanna fly. Oh, in and out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Pour it on, boy.
Old school for you guys. You know that? Love shot, right? Good morning. Everybody's laughing at how I dance. That's okay. How was your weekend? Did you have that crazy love? I had some crazy love, I'm telling you. Hey, you know what, you guys? Welcome to Morning Coffee. You know, we're keeping it real. PMC so smooth. Miko, the community, Ray Barra, Mike Rogers stopping through yesterday. I'm talking about you thinking big, brother. You thinking way big. This is how we do it. Unpredictable, right?
That's right. Welcome. Ready, everybody? Ready for that morning. We're going live about 8:15. Get our coffee together. Enjoy this music interlude.
8:15?
yeah, 10:15. You see, we need coffee.
I'm sad, man. If you guys don't understand how to make this emerging market your market, take a page from the Y generation, okay? Everything's unconventional. You just let it flow, right? I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is we're here this morning. Bad news is there's no Pack Stereo Live today. It was scheduled that way.
Yeah, I'll get used to stuff. Hey Vic, what do you want to do? You want to go? Just go?
I'm all good for it, man.
All right, we just go.
Hey, look, they don't know what I'm going to do. That's why I'm sitting up here doing my little two-step. You know, a lot of times we have too much fun when we get on the show like this. You know, I wish you guys can hear everything at 9 o'clock. You guys would think we're crazy. But we're going to bring you the program, the protocol, the process. New sports, hot picks, monologue. To tell you the truth, empowerment, baby. No more bad news. I'm shaking it off my shoulder, man. I'm shaking it off my shoulder.
Well, turn that thing down and get ready for school. That's right, y'all. Come on, get your stretch on, get your groove on. The hell with it. Despite the technical, Vic and I decided to fly. So we girded our loins in an iron jock and taken to the skies in order to bring you morning coffee. Here we go.
What's up, you guys? Did I say good morning already? I did. I said good morning. I gave you my messages and just vibe with it. Vibe with it. Look, you know what? Everybody's constantly talking about what we're going to do next. Quiet Storm, Pack Stereo Live, sports, hot picks. We're going to have a fashion junket here that's going to be a little bit different than you think. I'm going to tell you all about it a little bit later. I'm just going to tell you that we are nearing the end of summertime. It's that time where you sit back and start changing your colors, your wardrobe. Get your smooth on. It's going to get colder. Start inviting those loved ones to come around and pack it in tight. Mario, I really don't want to say anything else. I want to leave it up to you to tell everybody how you setting it off, man.
Well, we got news. We got blues.
No.
Freaks and tutus.
Hey.
So I don't know. I got entertaining stuff.
Right.
It's another day in the neighborhood. There's a lot of controversies going on, as you know, a lot of unrest in Missouri. We got to at least talk a little bit about that.
Okay, man. All right, you guys. All right, let me just say this. I'm just going to go like this. There are better people who can talk about these things, but I know we have to have our moment in the sun and just hope for all to rest and get away from the unrest over in Missouri. Other than that, let's keep it rolling because the empowerment zone is for everybody. That's how we do this. Now, I'm going to talk about some hot picks, you know. Don't think I'm going to get off my lane. My lane is to do this. celebrity competition, the best legs against the best legs. Model versus celebrity actress, actor, dancer, singer. And then I'm going to bring you something called the War Machine in New Sports. When somebody says they're a war machine, they shouldn't get arrested, right? Come on. You know what? It's even more than that. It's even more than that. I say, don't do it. Check it out, you guys. You guys ready for the Quiet Storm tomorrow? It's going to be a little bit different twist on it. I want to thank Miko the other day for pulling off her show, the Miko Williams Show, where she dropped her first segment to reality and then also Bump It or Junk It. She's learning how to run the master cylinder section of Pack Stereo Move Control Group 2. It's Group 2. Mario, you got anything to say for him?
Yeah, we got to give Miko some congrats on being the first to tackle being an on-air DJ. It's a lot to handle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's time to wave your hands.
Let's just do what we came to do.
I don't know. I'm trying. I'm thinking, man.
Come on, be cool.
Not bad. You know, a lot of times, you guys don't realize that we end up, if you notice, somebody's going to say it's not really the right thing to do all the time. But we promote almost all the other events in an active fashion. You know, when we go to Quiet Storm, we can do the Shark Tank stuff, we do Pack Stereo Live. But when Mario and I get up here on Morning Coffee, we say we're going to just send out an email blast. If you guys don't know by now, we don't need to remind you. That was my feeling. He says, if you got to remind them every day, you got to do a better job. So I'm trying
I sent out the blast last night, but you guys, hey, you know, Vic and I, you know, that's the issue of late. The issue of late is that we've got so much stuff going on. And we're adding stuff, so then all of a sudden fatigue has suddenly become a factor. I don't know on my part. So fatigue suddenly becomes a factor.
Yeah,
and so the issue becomes lifestyle issues, like how to do things in a way, to make sure that it comes through. Now remember, if you guys are having any kind of issues, check your speed on your broadcast. That is the number one thing. Remember. The standard speed that we're broadcasting in is at 678. You have a high and a low setting. Sometimes you got to switch to that low setting.
Yeah.
Okay, remember that. We're reminding people in our broadcast, because what happens is as we start streaming more and more in high def, you have to choose the speed at which you're connecting.
Yeah.
If you don't choose the speed,
no default.
I have to make a choice on the setting for the default. And I have a choice between like 200 and 678. And right now it's the 678 because it looks better. Okay, so remember that. So if you have any trouble, make sure that you're logging in. That on your player, you have checked low speed. You have high and low. You have a high and low setting on your player. So make sure you check that. Okay.
Yeah, and there's also, if you guys, I'll say this. It was a massive group of updates, and I'm talking about in a way
Java,
where all combined.
A lot of Java. Everybody
Windows,
should have done a Java.
Adobe, you name it. If you haven't received anything in the last 4 or 5 days, and it's been a while, then you know you have to update your stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Now let me tell everybody though. This is the other thing we did. If you switch to the Ustream, the Ustream is at 400 kilobytes. Okay.
Right.
So that's easier on your connection.
Yes, it is. Always.
400 kilobytes per second.
Trade off.
The mobile's 200. The Ustream is 400. And the so-called high is 678.
That's right.
Kilobytes per second. So okay, you guys, and more coming, because in a minute, you guys, we're gonna stream. I'm gonna add like an 800. Ultimately, we're gonna add something like an 800 or a 1200 kilobyte per second stream.
Right.
That means if those of you who want to connect to us in true high def, remember it's the commitment to high def. We want to be the first indie bringing it to you with high def, bringing you Mac McAllister, GNN, Pierre Chief, and all those PNC, all of our chat room brethren in high def.
That's right.
All right. So it is Monday, April 18th, 2014. Next week is a special broadcast week, and we're going to be setting up a new schedule for the new seasons, you guys. All I can tell you is the new seasons are coming. I got a special show and stuff that even Vic just knows a little bit about called Fixin' and Mixin', where actually we're going to be spinning music while we are fixing stuff around the studio. We're just trying to work out all the technical aspects of the show. But that's one of the ones, because what happens is I need to take off time to do technical stuff around the studio. I want to do that same stuff in the same time that we do morning coffee. So I figured we would do a show where I set up a playlist of music. Mm-hmm. You guys can send in suggestions. Mm-hmm. But we sort of set up a playlist of music and let it spin while we spend like 2 to 3 hours.
Right.
Working around here, getting stuff done.
Sounds good.
At the most 3. And then be done for, just Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So music and stuff while you get to see us. And we've been, we'll talk and interact some. Yeah. But the idea is to get some of the studio work done.
We're trying, it's a balancing act. It has to be done no matter what. So it's 2 choices here. One, you get to see us, or the time is off where you don't get to see us. Or we just turn on the camera so you can follow along. Now, my suggestion is that we get a couple of what we call our stronger females to come and help us out move some stuff. Lift.
That'll help. Can they make coffee or something?
Feed. We'll do a breakfast special, pushing wood while eating sausage.
Now,
stuff like
what's
that,
so funny? That works to the extent that you could have that actually could work, because I can still get my stuff done. I'm used to getting my stuff done.
You just got to feed them.
And most of the stuff, and here's the thing, the stuff that I'm doing is really organizing, like how you organize your studio booth, your studio dark room, studio storage. I got to do that kind of stuff.
Right.
Lay out the mics for quick access, cables for quick access, how we do all that stuff. So that's going to be in the Fixin' and Mixin' show.
Right.
It's going to actually be a season. Or that's the whole thing. Like, in other words, when I need to go spend like 2 weeks, anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. That's my audio. 2 to 4 weeks doing things. It'll be with this. We just don't know the length of time. Okay? All right, Vic. So Vic mentioned the Quiet Storm. So Tuesday, the Double Banger Tuesday, tomorrow, August 19th, the theme for the Quiet Storm is all caught up in love or sex. Some people are offended by this picture of the young lady snorting Facebook. To show you how. And I said addiction, a.k.a. also known as got your nose wide open, a state in which an organism engages in a compulsive behavior. The behavior is reinforcing, rewarding, or pleasurable, and it results in a loss of control in limiting your intake. In other words, what happened, when they did mice, the mice would sit there and keep dosing cocaine and wouldn't even eat and would just starve to death.
That's just terrible, man. That's terrible.
All right, featured artists tomorrow. So it's all caught up. Are you caught up in love or caught up in sex? That's the musical theme. And I thought, who would be better for that than TGT? It's going to be hot, sexy music tomorrow night. Okay, so here's some of the featured artists. Besides TGT, Victor DePlay, Floetry, August Alsina, Freddie Hubbard, Keisha Cole, Chris Brown, Marvin Gaye, The Jacksons, Janae Aiko, Kim, Dexter Wansell, Tweet, and Michael Franks. Many, many more. Your requests tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, you guys. The Quiet Storm. All caught up in love or sex.
That's right. And also got a little extra for you guys. We call our resident model and singer, Milan Phillips, will be here on Tuesday. She's joining us for a season, you guys. And when you say a season's whatever we want to make it to be, right? In other words, until you get another project or you make more money or you make more money with us. One of those choices. So join us tomorrow. Milan joins in. She knows how to roll in front of all of this. She's not a hustler. She's a woman who has an intervention.
Well, I tell you what, your pictures, man, your pictures. made that look good and wonderful.
Oh, good, man. Good.
Good and wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was going to do is do a little introduction piece while we go grab our coffee.
Yeah. And for those of you, such as Tyrone, Dubois, and the rest of you guys, there's nothing wrong with a little fluff in your coffee. Sometimes you got to mix it up. You have to change your way of eating. And you will see changes coming from us in many ways. Diet, health, physical activity, some other partnerships coming down the pike, man.
All right. So we're going to come back with the news, get some sports and some hot picks. And what I'm going to use as a musical interlude was an experience. I thought it was just fantastic. First of all, I told Miko to get set up. She's DJing, right? So I told her, I said, I got to treat you a certain way because it's about getting your head right, being productive, being organized, and so you got to think and work like an intern. And I don't mean like a regular intern. I mean like a medical intern.
Yeah.
And so we talked about some of the stuff, and she's not really doing that, but the idea is to get her at least understanding the consciousness that's necessary. So we told her to get set up and play in the time before the last time we did, the private party, Pack
Right.
Stereo Live here in the studio with Toffee Shula. And as it turns out, Miko was mixing when Toffee came in. Okay? And so I'm going to just play a little bit, not all of this, just long enough for Victor and I to get our coffee. But you can check out the vibe, okay? You can check out the vibe as Miko, our own hot chocolate,
Yes, sir.
mixes while Toffee Shula makes her
Check it
intro.
So this is something a little different. A little bit of a Tokyo Drift type of background. Let's try it. too, Mac. I like it too.
we do. Every time we do with the guru. That's how we do. That's how we do. That's how we do.
Ooh, I like her voice. I like her voice.
Keep going.
Yes, I like her voice. That sounds nice. She had me going. I'm sitting up here forgetting
right,
that I was
sister.
mixing. I said, wait a
We're just getting
minute.
it warmed up. Everybody
I wanted her to
listening
keep
to
going.
Vibes.
Pack Stereo Live. We're warming up our
Stereo
guests.
Live.
Get everything together. Miss DJ, so what's the next? I was teasing Rico tonight, y'all. And she's doing a great job. Remember, a special guest performance tonight. We're getting the guests warmed up. You're going to love it. Get settled in. Get your refreshments. You listen to Pack Stereo TV.
Yes. Shula. What it means is, Toffee is actually an Arabic word, and it means one called directly by God. And then Shula means bright, energetic torch. Okay, not right now. Okay, I got you.
Never thought I'd find somebody sweet and kind. Smile to make me fall for love.
Oh, okay.
Somebody who could
Okay, we can hit up all kind of websites. Okay, super. So I'll definitely do Marlo's website. And, okay, we can do Marlo's website and CD Baby. For sure. Oh, well, you know, it's all the major distributors, you know. So, coffee, like coffee. Shoot, like shoot. Like get away, dog, shoot. Okay. And then la 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 la. Okay. Okay.
We try Tracy's right.
We'll be getting some sound check going on. You can hear our guests.
makes me lose my place. You ready to go?
Wow.
Yeah, that was nice, man. It was nice. It was fun. You know, you sitting there, you get the behind the scenes. Everybody's practicing, getting their protocols in place. You know, DJ Miko.
Yeah, Miko, and she did a
yeah.
wonderful job. One of the things, the things that she does well, which are really the most difficult things for most people. She knows music that she likes, her general music that she picks. She can pick and play music she likes and make a creative list out of that.
Yeah.
And she knows how to bring that and then bring the personality. She's been working on the voice. And so all the technical stuff, like not being able to use the DJ software, not having her computer set up, believe you guys, she'll be the first to tell you. She like Mac, loves to make that claim that she's not a techie.
Right.
So she's setting up, we're setting up all this stuff, and we're showing her how to use the DJ software. So watch her as she gets more proficient about her task. But really, you got to give it to Miko, and I celebrate her because she's been the first.
Yeah. She's good. Very good.
She's the first. Wow. So anyway, and more of that. Remember, we have the series coming up. The new series coming up involve artists tracking, doing live in studio tracking, competing in some kind of competitive way. That's what I'm working on. So they'll have an hour or 90 minutes to complete a song.
Mm-hmm. If it takes that long,
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. At the most, I'm not going to give them 2 hours. We don't want to do a 2-hour show on that.
that's a long time.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
If I was to do a 2-hour show and completing a song in 2 hours, that would include like sax and some of the other stuff. But I still say the whole show will be trying to do and complete a song in 1 hour to 90 minutes. Now, here's the thing. We may do it in 90 minutes, and what will end up happening is that they'll come right behind each other, laying their versions. Something like that. But we're working on it. And at the end of all of it, both tracks get released on either CD Baby or one of the online services. We just have to decide. I have all of them. Kind of. And the artists are going to share in the revenue. Kind of it'll be open. Whatever we do will be one of those transparent things. It'll be clear. I just have to decide. What happens is basically in the old days, when we used to write up deals for all of our friends, we wrote up deals that were very, let's just say, kind, and actually ended up being undeserved.
Well, hey,
now
look,
you understand why record labels should take 50%.
But if they could hear the story we had when we was talking with a good friend, Mike Rogers, about the industry and how back in the day, how they were setting up the revenue sharing and a model where they were saying we were sharing 50%. And back in the day, and then this, of course, is right after the Napster.
See, we were
thing,
doing that.
so,
We were
right.
doing 50. Okay, the whole issue is we tried to do 50%.
Right.
And we still are trying to do 50%, but I don't know. See, what happens is, I don't know. Because you have the producers and the artists, remember, because they're going to share in, and you have to write that in separate. But whatever we do, it's going to be transparent. We're looking at what people are doing online.
Right.
We know it'll be better
Right.
than whatever anybody's getting.
Right.
Because
It's true.
at the cheapest, it would be 25% to the artist is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, they would
Yeah.
get 25%, but without any restrictions. See, that's the other thing. The reason why they don't have any,
Right.
there's no contracts involved. They just get
True.
they just get 25% of the revenue.
And the lesson here is anyone getting involved in this is where they say the preparation, you get the right people. No artist should sit down and even be in the arena unless they understand all the literature, all the context, in the context of what is an arrangement. None of that. I'm real creative. I let somebody else read it. I didn't read it. You don't read it, you don't do it. Because then it'll chase you.
We're going to try to handle all of that stuff in public as part of the reality show.
Right.
With all the documents being available for download or review online for the most part, the samples, keeping it kind of straightforward because we want to make it simple. That's really what it is. And I can tell you what it really has to do. I can tell you right now, for the most part, it mostly ranges because it's not a bunch of other financial, creative financing. It's really everybody can look at the views, the hits. So it'll probably be something like 25%.
Okay.
But we're going to discuss and debate it with other people because it's straightforward, no other encumbrances.
Right.
That, there's a chance it could go down to 20%. Okay? But it could also go up as high as 30%.
Yeah, and I like some of the newer
I want
models.
to discuss it with other people.
Remember, it's the people.
Yeah. See, I want to discuss it with other producers.
Right.
Because remember, there's no contract. In other words, what we're saying, there's nothing. Well, remember, this was the other thing. I think last time we discussed it, we agreed that there could be two levels of payment. One level of payment if you did all the stuff we wanted, like did all the social media stuff we wanted,
Which most people don't want to do.
You got a different level of inclusion.
Right.
Okay, but so we're going to make it, whatever we do, it's going to be out there for people to know in public. Well, Toffee already said she wants to be part of it.
Well, and PMC, you even asked, you said, what are you using for tracks? Well, anyone can submit tracks for the contribution, just like we did a year or so ago.
Yeah.
All considerations are going to be there. It's just how you direct it towards what, Mario. That's where the curation, the word you use.
Okay, because this is different.
Right.
This is different. Okay, so first of all, what Victor said is true. We're always open to anything. But in the beginning, in the beginning, just in the beginning, because I have to at least establish some things. I have at least 30 to 40 top 40 tracks that I've been working on over the years, remakes. So those are the ones, because what we're going to do is give them the track, let you hear the track. They're going to get the track like the week before. And then they're going to come in and they're going to have to lay the lead and all the backgrounds, in 90 minutes or an hour. I think we should make it an hour. Because because I can do it in an hour. People say, Marlon, that's crazy. I say, well, because then you could talk about it for a little after show or something. But I have a bunch of top 40 tracks. I'm willing to let the tracks be known. There are a lot of some of them you guys would know, and some of them you, but they're all top 40. They're all songs that were released. And so, if I were to really look at what I really have, I have over 200 or something of those. But I have like 40 that are really good, including stuff like, Edith and the Kingpin, Herbie Hancock version, stuff like that can be sung over, just different kind, but more of stuff that's old school.
And specifically too, you're starting off with a specific genre of music between say soft R&B. It could be old school R&B. It could be soul. It could be that will at least wrap it around the genre you're going to start off with. It could always go in other directions, but you should basically your style and the music will make it clear to people. Here's the kind of music we're picking from, whether it's soft pop or what have you.
The first one's because they reflect me, but this open. Okay, the first one's because they kind of reflect my initial taste and flavors.
Right.
But I'm adjusting all that. Let me give you an example. The process by which I do these tracks is also subject to reality show. The fact that I pay Stephen Kern,
right?
You guys can look him up, to sequence. Usually what I do is I send him a copy of a song, a top 40 record, and he sequences that song and sends that back to me for a fee.
Right.
He's been doing it for me for years, off for years, long time, long time. And so when I take that MIDI and remix it and reshape that to do the versions that we then go from there. Adding other tracks, adding sax, other things, redoing maybe the rhythm track sometimes completely with samples, that kind of stuff. So just remember that. So it's coming up as shows. Toffee Shula, Milan might be in it. See, I got to audition them. Kimberly Rulon, because remember now, however way we do it, at least a single will always be released. Whether we do enough to have a full CD, we have to work out. We could,
right?
But we have to work that out. But we know whatever we do, we're going to release it. Okay, so look for that to come. The new shows coming up from Pack Stereo TV. Now you ready? Because I got some stuff to share.